Hi, everyone. I'm Gary Null. Welcome to our classroom on the air. I take a wide variety of topics and give you more in-depth information than what I would normally do on a health nutrition topic. These are meant, in this particular case, to allow us to understand how we age and what we might do to prolong our age, to prolong the vitality of life. Again, hi, everyone. I'm Gary Null. I welcome you to our classroom on the air. I've done a lot of these, some on dealing with the different emotional and transitional places in life when we're going through a transition from being married to divorced, from being single to married, from being younger to older, middle age, the different crises we face, loss of job, loss of self-esteem. On everything you can imagine dealing with the human condition, I've done a series of these, sometimes 1 hour, hour and a half talks, and I call them Mastering Life series. This is all part of our classroom on the air. I've also done gardening and exercise. Everything that we deal with in life, I deal with in this series. Today, our series is about stem cells. Yes, STEM. Stem cells are a highly specialized type of cell with a very unique characteristic. Stem cells have a singular ability to transmute and differentiate into many other types of cells throughout your body, such as your blood cells, nerve cells, skin cells, muscles, adipose tissue, your fat, and the digestive system. Therefore, stem cells play a critical role in sustaining the integrity and health of our organs and enhancing longevity. You live a longer life as long as you've got those stem cells working on your behalf. Stem cells are also capable of self-renewal. In other words, when they divide, stem cells create more stem cells that can regenerate the body's tissues. There are two primary kinds of stem cells: embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells. Embryonic stem cells are derived from early stage embryos. Adult stem cells are found in the body's tissues and organs. However, stem cells are not confined to normal healthy tissues. Tumor-type cancers also have a small population of mutated stem cells that are also capable of regeneration and differentiation, very much like normal stem cells. This is why cancers are able to rapidly develop, grow, and spread. Cancer stem cells are fundamentally mutations that are able to bypass many of the body's natural defenses. Sometimes these cancer stem cells can evade chemotherapy and radiation therapy. The aging process impacts stem cells and their ability to self-generate and function. What do I mean? As you age, the quantity and quality of stem cells declines. This lessens their ability to repair tissue and regenerate. There are several ways that aging affects stem cells. The reduction of stem cells impairs the body's ability to replace damaged cells, which we're damaging every day, every second of every day. Normal living means as you breathe in oxygen and you exhale carbon dioxide, you're creating what is known as oxidative stress that creates free radicals. This is normal, but it also damages the cells. If you're doing all the right things that we talk about in this series, proper diet, modified fasting, juicing, healthy plant-based diet, taking the right supplements, then you're able to stimulate the stem cells. Therefore, you'll be less likely to suffer the incidence of disease, and you'll live a longer and healthier life. But understand, the reduction of stem cells impairs the body's ability to replace damaged cells. Stem cells are very vulnerable to DNA damage, which can be due to various biological mechanisms and environmental stressors. As their signaling pathways decline, they will undergo adverse changes in gene expression. And since stem cells divide more frequently than other types of cells, there is a higher probability their errors will occur during DNA replication. As our tissues and organs age, the accumulation of damaged stem cell DNA can lead to mutations, meaning you've got something damaged, but it's not being repaired. It's not gotten out of the body. It's clogging up the system. and that impairs the genetic structure and regenerative capabilities. DNA damage also triggers programmed cell death, or what is known as apoptosis in stem cells. Moreover, they build up of all these other damaged cells, and that advances cellular senescence, meaning preparing to die, whereby stem cells stop dividing altogether. And that's what is our biological clock, meaning every organ in your body has a biological clock. And that's why the healthier that organ, the longer that organ will live. But you have to have all your organs working together in a positive way. And you have to be conscious of this so you know how to get them healthier longer. Among the causes behind the DNA erosion are oxidative stress that I mentioned, environmental factors like working or living in a toxic environment, inflammation in your cells, poor nutrition, chronic psychological stress. That's a real bad one. If you want to really age yourself prematurely, if you want to damage your stem cells, then get stressed, stay stressed. Get angry, stay angry. Get rageful, stay rageful. Be depressed, be anxious. All of that does, it speeds up the aging and death process. Radiation exposure and the aging process itself. Each of these internal and external stressors affect stem cells, the micronutrients, the microenvironment, and this is what you have to know. And all this enables stem cells to thrive if you're doing the right thing and carry out their functions unimpeded. Aging also impairs the stem cell niche. All of these environmental conditions increase the risk of various cancers and various diseases, including Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease and osteoporosis. Stem cells are easily exposed to high levels of reactive oxygen species during their normal metabolic activity. These reactive oxygen species can damage the DNA by causing breaks or mutations in the stem cells, the nucleotide sequences. For this reason, foods with high antioxidant content are crucial to prevent disease risks from mutations in DNA. For example, think of all the good things you eat, from apples and oranges to string beans and broccoli. That helps protect your stem cell and the DNA mutation. In our highly toxic chemical environment, with a highly toxic diet and lack of exercise, lack of clean liquids going into our body, all of this increases the exposure to various kinds of electromagnetic radiation frequencies and pollutants. All this causes the stem cells to be constantly 24/7 being bombarded. For example, even excessive exposure to ultraviolet radiation can cause mutations in our stem cells that lead to skin cancer. Two environmental toxins that are particularly lethal to stem cells are benzene and formaldehyde. Chronic stress slows down stem cells proliferation and hinders their ability to further differentiate themselves into other stem cells. Stress also disturbs the stem cell and accelerates epigenetic changes affecting gene expression. Meaning if something happens earlier in life, you're traumatized by something happens out of your control, that can stay with you the rest of your life, and that interferes in stem cells. And that reduces stem cells' telomere length, meaning what protects your chromosomes from unraveling are the end caps of the chromosomes, telomeres, T-E-L-O-M-E-R. And you can exercise that strengthens the telomeres, lengthening them. A healthy diet lengthens them. De-stressing, meditation, yoga lengthens them. Purpose, meaningful of life, healthy relationships lengthen them. And all the opposite, shorten them. The shorter the telomere, the quicker the unraveling, and the quicker the cell death. Therefore, contributing to premature aging. It is therefore fully reasonable to expect that stress reduction strategies, exercise stress reduction, meditation, and relaxation, prayer, journal writing, listening to calming music, all of those help preserve your stem cell function. Now, although there is no general list of foods known to damage stem cells and impair the DNA, there are certain foods and dietary habits that negatively affect other biological processes, mechanisms. necessary for overall health that stem cells function depends upon. These include get rid of the processed foods like refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, refined carbohydrates, the pretzels, the French fries, the potato chips, all bad. And all those unhealthy carbohydrates. Get rid of the trans fats. They contribute to inflammation, which again negatively affects stem cells. Trans fats, like fried foods, all your deep fried foods and snacks, damage cell membranes, which in turn leads to inflammation. Any amount of alcohol consumption is a major contributor to oxidative stress and is known to damage stem cells. There have been enormous interest in increasing research and funding into the potentials of stem cell therapy to treat a wide variety of diseases. The process of stem cell therapy begins with harvesting stem cells from different sources, including bone marrow, adipose tissue, your fat tissue, umbilical cord blood, and embryonic tissue. The source of the stem cells will determine the type of disease to be treated. After the stem cells are harvested, they're prepared in the laboratory to make them suitable for transplantation. This includes culturing, purification, and necessary genetic modification. Finally, the cells are transplanted into the patient by injection, infusion, or by direct surgical transplantation into the diseased tissue. The new healthy stem cell then differentiate themselves into the specific cell type necessary to repair or replace damaged tissue. Typically, patients receiving stem cell transplants need to be monitored closely to ensure the treatment was effective and that no adverse risks are present. It's worth noting that stem cell therapy remains an emerging medical field for most diseases. It has not been perfected. A great deal more research needs to be conducted to determine its efficacy and safety. So far, its greatest success has been treating blood and immune system disorders like lymphoma, multiple sclerosis, systemic lupus erythematosus, and rheumatoid arthritis. There's been a lot of research and good results. Although still preliminary, stem cells may potentially be able to replace or repair dopamine-related neurons associated with Parkinson's and neural plaque damage in Alzheimer's. Stem cell therapy is also being used to regenerate bone mass and density due to osteoporosis inflammation. And among the various cancers where stem cell therapy has been found to be successful include leukemia, multiple myeloma, neuroblastoma, that's a cancer of the nerve cells, and breast cancer. It's also being employed to treat certain cardiovascular diseases and diabetes. I'm now going to share some healthy, non-invasive strategies to protect proper stem cell function and their genetic integrity. Now, among the various nutrients that prevent stem cell damage and may increase their proliferation are vitamin A. It's an essential nutrient involved in many physiological processes, including embryonic development, vision, immune function, and cell differentiation. An early Chinese study found that retinoic acid, a metabolite of vitamin A, enhanced the differentiation of human stem cells to form functional tissue. Retinoic acid also enhances the survival and proliferation of human embryonic stem cells and protects stem cells from oxidative stress, death. Vitamin D, similar to the omega-3 fatty acids, promotes the proliferation and differentiation of the mesenchymal stem cells. Since vitamin D is crucial for heart health, it has been shown to play a role in the differentiation of human embryonic stem cells into cardiomyocytes. That means heart muscle cells. And finally, research found that vitamin D increased the expression of genes involved in the neurodevelopment and function and enhanced the ability of stem cells to form functional neural networks, good for the brain. Now, the omega-3 fatty acids has been discovered to have a positive impact on neural stem cells that may improve cognitive function. A study published in the Journal of Cellular Physiology found that the omega-3 fatty acids increased the proliferation and differentiation of human stem cells and increase the expression of genes involved in stem cell growth and differentiation. Now, resveratrol, 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 has been found to promote the proliferation and differentiation of human adipose-derived stem cells to enhance their ability to form bone tissue. In a study published in the Journal of Translational Medicine, resveratrol also increased the expression of genes involved in stem cell survival and differentiation to repair damaged tissue following heart attacks. What is called nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, or NAD+, and most people know it as NAD, and its role is still preliminary. However, a University of Southern California and Mayo Clinic study discovered that NAD+ supplementation improved the function of aged liver stem cells and enhanced the regenerative capacity of the liver in aged mice. A second study conducted by Harvard Stem Cell Institute showed that NAD supplementation improved the function of aged stem cells of the liver in a mouse model of premature aging. Now, another superstar is zinc. There seems to have a major role in embryonic stem cell function for differentiation. In 2017, a study prescribed zinc supplementation discovered improved differentiation of human dental pulp stem cells into bone-forming cells. Zinc increased the expression of genes involved in bone mineralization. And zinc also may play a role in the increasing stem cell migration towards sites where there has been tissue damage. Now, there is very limited research into the impact of botanical plant phytochemicals on healthy stem cell function. One study has shown that ginkgo biloba, GINKGO biloba extract may benefit neural stem cell regeneration. A review of several studies investigating the effects of curcumin, C-U-R-C-U-M-I-N, curcumin, on various types of stem cells, including stem cells, neurostem cells, and the liver stem cells, concluded that it may enhance stem cell regeneration to improve natural tissue engineering. And lastly, there has been some research into the benefits of green tea and its most active compound, which is EGCG. That's a catechin, epigallocatechin 3 gallate, and on the stem cell function. So the EGCG from green tea benefits include the stem cell differentiation to form bone cells and increased proliferation of human neurostem cells in the brain. There is evidence that 2 healthy habits, which might introduce you to a different lifestyle. If you're the average American, you're probably living an unhealthy lifestyle, possibly not even being conscious of it. But this may be very beneficial to your stem cells, and that is exercise and meditation or relaxation techniques. In particular, exercise, both aerobic and resistance exercise, can sustain stem cell populations in muscle and bone tissue. And finally, a very exciting study conducted by researchers at the University of California at Los Angeles observed that meditation, all forms of meditation, can increase the number of telomerase-positive stem cells in your body. Remember, the healthier, the longer lived your telomeres, the longer your chromosomes stay intact, the longer you live. So a healthy diet, clean foods, healthy biochemistry, a healthy population of positive probiotics, prebiotics in your gut, the longer you're going to live, the less disease you will have. It's not complicated. The trouble is getting yourself motivated to really pay attention to your own internal biochemical environment. This is just part of our Classroom on the Air. I'm Gary Null. You can go to GaryNull.com, scroll down to where it says Achievement and Public Health Science. Being an adjunct professor at Fairleigh Dickinson University, teaching at the New School for Social Research, the Pratt Institute, and College New Rochelle and other places. Been a teacher at the college university level for a long time. Senior research fellow in anti-aging medicine at the Institute of Applied Biology for over 36 years, published in peer-reviewed journals, conducting over 56 major clinical studies with humans, thousands, and hundreds of health support groups, and counseling tens of thousands of people, author of over 100 books and over 100 documentaries and videos, and a lot more. So this is how I live, and I want to share this information with you. So go to GaryNull.com, and every day you can hear my radio program on the #1 progressive radio network in the world, the Progressive Radio Network, and you get there by going to PRN.Live, PRN.Live. I'm on at noon to 1, but you can also go to the archives and download the show if you should miss it. All right? Thank you for taking your time to watch this. I look forward to sharing more on our next outing. Have a nice day.
Are you tired of closed-minded programming? Well, look no further than PRN.Live, the home for progressive voices.